So this is the video that you definitely don't want to miss, because this is something that either makes or breaks your business. And it's super important, because some natural chronological order of how your business is supposed to be run is: you build a foundation, you sign first few clients, then you decide to delegate the workload because you can't be bothered by doing these low leverage activities anymore. DMs, some, I don't know, sales calls, even once later down the line you can't handle all those calls that the setters are going to be booking. But it's super important that you hire the best talent on the fucking market. That's super important. And in this video I'm gonna show you exactly how I'm training, placing and managing. Okay, that is a topic for another video, but I'm gonna show you how I'm training and placing the best fucking talent on the market for my clients, 6 and 7 figure companies. A lot of people think that, oh yeah bro, this is not something to overthink, because I'll just have a setter, he's gonna sort my DMs out, I'll be cheap as fuck, I'll stay broke, but no, that's not how it is. Because the reason I even said that this is something that either makes or breaks your business is: imagine this scenario. You hire some random guy, you're cheap, someone reaches out to you: yo bro, I will be your setter, I will be your commission based setter, blah 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 blah. And you're like, oh yeah, commissions, perfect, I can definitely hire him because I don't lose anything. No, in fact you do lose a lot, because if you don't have a killer setter in place, imagine how much money did your gay setter lose you. Do you get me what I'm saying? All these people that he's talking to, let's say he doesn't manage to book them in. That's a potential client that a killer setter could book in and that you could close. Let's say your price point is 5 grand, just an average one. Your price point is 5k euros. The gay setter, geeky setter, part-time savage doesn't book the person in. Guess what? You just lost 5k that you could have made and that you could have got in your pocket. Do you see me where I'm going with this? And then after a long enough period of time, you're not only losing 5k, but you're losing way more, because that's like 4 or 5 potential clients at least every single month. That's like 20 grand. And if you don't want to stay broke as fuck with these part-time savages, you definitely want to take these few principles into consideration, because that's exactly how, whether it's cold outbound, whether it's warm outbound, whether it's inbound, this is exactly how I train and place people inside 6 or 7 figure companies, so they can just keep on killing it and keep making not the same amount of money, but more money in less time. Because like I said earlier, the natural progression of your business is you wanting to delegate the workload, so you have more time to, first of all, deliver the results to your current clients, second of all, deliver the results to the clients that your setter, your sales team is going to be generating for you, and third of all, expanding yourself on the market, marketing strategies, creating content, whatever you can think of. You just need to be fully present there, because why would you waste your time with nonsense activities such as talking with your prospects in the DMs for a few hours a day? It all starts, this entire process starts with source of the talent. This is a number one thing that you need to take into consideration. Source of talent. When I say source of talent, I mean that your setter needs to be trained. He needs to be trained. Now, a lot of guys came to me asking, yo bro, give me the best guy that you currently have, give me the most experienced guy that you currently have in your program. And I will usually tell them, bro, he's already hired, he's already on a placement, because how else could he be the best guy in the program, in the market, literally? So the guy just needs to be trained. When I say when it comes to the experience, something that I say is experience is not preferred. You'll see me, this might be controversial, but you'll see me explaining exactly why. Experience might not be required, simply because if the person is super hungry and super willing to learn under either your or manager's management, then he can definitely make up for that experience. Experience can easily be attained. but the hungriness, willingness to learn, to grind every single day is not something that you can learn. That's something that you need to find from within. Do you get me what I'm saying? So like I've said, the person needs to be trained. Let's imagine that's ticked off. Now experience, preferred but not necessary, because hungriness and willingness to learn, and the consistency, of course. Consistency is also super important thing, especially when it comes to, let's say, running cold outbounds. Cold outbound is a very boring activity, and the person needs to be consistent and persistent in order to just reach out. Find the people to reach out to, find the ICP, reach out to them, come up with unique openers, split test them, get the reply, have the conversation, warm them up, send them via cell, book them in. It's a draining process. And even though someone might be experienced, if they're not hungry to do it anymore, then you can fuck all that experience, because, bro, honestly, it can't take you anywhere. So source of talent, trained, experienced, and pretty much, like I've said already, someone who wants to learn consistently, and preferably someone with a lot of availability, because you can hire some part-time guys, but let's say you're running ads and someone drops you a follow. You preferably want to reach out to them within like 5-10 minutes, because the person dropped you a follow, he's warm, he's interested, he dropped you a follow, or he engaged with you for a reason, and you want to use that in your favor. And those are all the things that you need to take care of when you're finding source of talent inside some programs. You get me? Then when it comes to application form, which is a second step, per every client, per every business owner that I train and place setters for, I get around 25-30 applicants. 20 to 30 different applications. And then you need to carefully look at through all of those. You can expect, let's say, 30 plus applicants per every form. But like I've said, you need to be super careful to just analyze it and see, would the person actually be a good fit to progress to this other step, which is interviews. Realistically, running 30 interviews is, I would say, probably the dumbest thing that you can do in your life ever, because why would you run 30 interviews if, let's say, 20 of them are not even a good fit, from the first glance? Do you get me? So you need to carefully analyze their applications. Just carefully analyze and make sure to add questions such as, who trained you is the first one that I usually ask. How much time per day would you be able to dedicate to this? Why do you feel you'd be the best fit for this? And the fourth one is, send me a quick Loom video, max 3 minutes long, talking about yourself and why do you feel you'd smash at this role. Those kinds of things. Something super, super simple. But even though it's super simple, it's also extremely important, because without this application form, you'll make your life harder, and realistically, you can't put 100% of your efforts into every single one of these 30 interviews. It's either gonna take you super long, or you're gonna do it, partially good. It's not gonna be up to level. You get me? So you just want to filter out good from bad leads based on this application form, And then when it comes to interviews, from 30 applicants that I usually get, I run around 8 to 10 interviews with the top people. 8 to 10 interviews is being run with around 8 to 10 people, of course. Why am I saying that? Because based on that Loom video, which is, I think, one of the most important things when it comes to analyzing the application form, because you can see how the person thinks in real time. You can see their emotions, you can see their tonality, because realistically, when you just write down some application, you can think about it for 25 minutes, analyze it, see if it's good or not, then you can correct yourself on those applications. But when you're actually watching someone, recording that Loom, talking to you, almost face to face, I would say, like I said, you can see their emotions, you can see their tonality, you can see if they're genuinely hungry and if they're genuinely willing to learn, or they're just telling it or saying it just for the sake of saying it. They don't actually mean it. And then from there, you just need to run those interviews. And how I usually run them, Pretty much nothing too complicated, not a rocket science, even though my brand is science thingy, science train setter, setter science this, setter science that. It's not a literal rocket science, but you just need to ask similar questions, I would say. When I say similar, I mean similar to those that you already asked on an application form, but now you can just dive deeper into their answers. Just dive deeper into their answers so you can see a lot better, so you can build a better rapport on every single one of those setters. Because by diving deeper, building that rapport is absolutely crucial. Absolutely crucial. And another thing is, when you're talking with the person, you can see them being either presentable or not so presentable. And trust me, just a silly example, but you'll see exactly what I mean. Me hiring an obese setter for a fitness coach will never work because they don't align, they don't share the same values. They are not having the same vision. You get me? By the way, like, we don't have any obese setters because whoever is fat is just gay, that's a choice literally, and we don't accept any fat guys inside. But you see the point. You need someone who aligns completely with, first of all, you, if you're going to be a manager, or in this case me, because I'm usually managing training places and managing all these people. And most importantly, he needs to align with the client. So aligns with the client, that's super important. We always want killers, we all want killers, but sometimes the vibes are just not there, and unfortunately, I'll move on. With the most recent client that I've signed, for the marketing agency that targets contractors in the United States, I've had around 20 applicants, 21 to be precise, and I ran only 3 interviews because I saw how hungry those people were. And 2 of those 3 interviews were with people that are, experienced in such a marketing space, but they didn't show me the hungriness. And then guess what? The funny thing is that I hired the third guy, the one that didn't have experience but was way hungrier. And honestly, I wouldn't be able to see it without that interview. I would have probably made a mistake, and long term it would be a just pain in the ass to manage those kinds of setters because they're experienced and they think, okay, yeah, I'm experienced, I deserve to make $5,000 a month at least as a setter. No, that's not how it works, because experience is not enough, and that's exactly what you can double down on and build a deeper rapport in those interviews. Then onboarding process. Based on the onboarding process, first of all, let's be clear on one thing. Every single business is unique. Every single business is super unique, and there are similar businesses out there, but no business is the same as other one. And with the onboarding process, you need to take a unique approach as well. You need to just build out these KPIs and SOPs. And depending on if the setter is, I would say, adaptable to those kinds of environments, in that new environment that he finds himself in, that you either hired a killer or not. And that's ultimately what kind of ends up being a result of your previous process, which was where you found the talent, source of it, application form, interviews, and then onboarding process. Once you present KPIs and SOPs to him, once you let him know what tasks need to be done on a daily basis, fill out this daily reporting so I can track the KPIs, blah, 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 like I've said, if you hired a killer or a part-time savage. And that's where you make or break either your or other person's business. In my case, that's other person's business because, once again, I'm training, placing, and managing people, managing best talent on the market for other businesses. This one is, I would say, this process, onboarding process, is way shorter than all these other things, but it's also super important because that first impression, let's say, is key. Once you build that foundation, that's where everything expands from, and that's how you know if the partnership is gonna be profitable or you're just gonna, be tired every single day and never be excited to hop on those calls with your guy. But the last part is just the management. I want to point out one thing. I'll never sell you on any 15 grand coaching program. That's just the fact, And I want you to implement these things right here, and then later down the line, once you see that you can't be bothered by doing these low leverage activities such as management as well, you know where to find me, because it's all commission based. It's all commission based, and I just want you to realize how important management part is, because a lot of people are cheap on that one. But like I've said at the beginning of the video, it's either gonna make or break your business, because you as a leader need to be on the front. You need to lead from the front, I would say. That's super important thing. You need to lead from the front. You need to be active almost 24/7, you know, just to provide them with the support that ensures sales team's growth. Do you get me? Sales team growth is by far the most important thing, because if sales team is lacking, KPIs are not being done, calls are not getting booked, ultimately closed deals are not getting through, and guess what? Once again, you're wasting money that could have been made. So appointment setters are not miracle workers. They can't do some miracle all of a sudden. They need support. They need someone who's gonna track all these things, track every single data in the business, from percentages to, I don't know, the leads inside the CRM, manage it all. Just track the data, because it's super important. And then based on data that you have successfully tracked, you can host those calls, which is another aspect of someone who just manages the person properly. It's either 3 to 5 calls a week. And like I've said, based on the data that you've successfully tracked, you can transfer it and bring it on as an agenda to those calls. And from there, you know what to double down on, what to fix, what mistakes to fix, and just what to do moving forward. And all these simple things, starting from you, even though it's a number 5 thing on this small list, this one is by far the most important, because you need to lead from the front. If you, a business owner, can't manage your sales team properly, can't transfer your energy, your excitement, your enthusiasm, your conviction in your offer, I would say, how can you expect that the setters are gonna do a proper job? Because after all, your sales team is there to represent your values. Do you understand? Your sales team is there to represent your values, and if you yourself don't have the excitement in running a business, don't have that conviction, how can you expect from your sales team to be on point with that one? I mean, not only that you can't expect from them to do so, but why would they even do it? Logically speaking, why would they even do it in the first place? Like me personally, when I was a setter, I was working in a shitty business, I can't lie. And after a month or so, I just left, because I realized that I'm way hungrier than the actual business owner. Like Alex Hormozy said, once I see someone being hungrier in my management offer than me, then I know that it's time to replace myself, because I don't have it in me anymore. And it's the same with you. Absolutely the same with you, bro. Just be excited, transfer all your energy onto the sales team, and lead from the front. Just be there 24/7 for them, and just be hungry to improve day by day, month by month. That's how we move, and that's how you do only needle moving activities. Once again, if you don't have it in you, how can you expect for your sales team to be representing you properly? Because they can grind, they can be super hungry, they can be trained as fuck as well, but you'll genuinely stay broke, because there's a huge supply and demand issue for killer setters on the market. So trust me, if you're not doing those few things, they're just gonna leave you, and pretty much you're gonna be left on hanging, because no one's gonna be working for you. But all in all, I wanted to say that these few things is exactly how to have the best talent on the market. Once again, these talented setters don't fall from the sky. You need to make them. Obviously, they need to be trained, potentially experienced, but more importantly, hungry, willing to learn, and consistent, persistent, with a lot of availability on their end and stuff. But if you yourself don't put in the efforts into making them the best guys on the market, you know that you're kind of fucked. So all in all, if you honestly can't be bothered to do so, you can just reach out to me and I'll do everything for you on a commission basis, me and my killer team. By the way, once again, not selling you any shitty coaching program for 10, 15 grand. No, everything is meant for you to just find the proper time to delegate the workload, and if you feel it's right now, feel free to reach out to me. Or even better for you, maybe you can give me a feedback for future and upcoming videos so I can double down on what to say on or what to cover in the next ones, and you'll be able to learn way better than right now, you know. If you like this video, I'd appreciate you subscribe. You can leave a like, leave a comment, whatever. If not, I appreciate your support, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Keep smashing it.